What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of resurrecting the OG TurboJohn Mustang. This is the car that kind of started it all. This is what we had 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago when we started the channel. So we're bringing it back. We're fresh off getting our teeth kicked in at Dig or Die with our big block tube chassis car. Didn't work out. That's what this is going to be. This is bringing back normal car that I think we can compete in the backside stuff. I think that's what we're going to be able to do. Hopefully, that's what our plan is. Bringing it back right now. Let's get working on it again. If you've not followed along any, go check out the previous videos. You can kind of see where we started if you're just getting started. I appreciate you guys. Check it out. Comment, like, and subscribe. If hype is available, please hype the video. Thanks. Okay, guys, so here we are. Last time we were here, we got the engine and transmission installed. I did not really think we were going to actually make that happen, but we did. Brian, Keith, and Brandon, we got it in there, and so we had to go buy some parts and pieces, so I have done that. So now we are going to continue. We're going to keep on moving with the installation process. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our fuel pump on, get it mounted in the correct location. This is a Brodix aluminum block. Of course, it is not slid back. Ideally, this thing would be slid back where the front of the engine would be right here, but we're going to keep the factory firewall. We do believe that there's a class coming back soon that's going to say factory firewall location. Just cause, you know, tube chassis cars in some classes are making it tough. Our tube chassis car is currently a dud on the backside. So injectors are off, getting flowed and cleaned. So hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll give you an update on those, let you know if those were going to be able to be salvaged. Hopefully they are going to work. New name for the car. New name. We're going to go ahead and spill it out today. It's fitting. My buddy Keith, he come up with it. I appreciate it, and it's fitting. And I think instead of the OG TurboJohn Mustang, we're going to call it what it is. Tetanus. Why did we come up with that name? Why did Keith come up with that name and think that it's fitting? What do you think? Tetanus is definitely fitting, so that's going to be the name of this car. I've never named a car before, but we're going to name this one. I think it fits. So let's go ahead and do this. We got to get our spacers. We got all this stuff in. I have no idea how this worked before, but we got a spacer that's going to go in between here. Mid plate is done. Let's see what we can get done. Brian's and Brandon came. So we got the headers on, the fuel pump is on. So we got a little bit done. So that looks pretty good. It looks like the belt is lined up. This is all snug. Headers are on it, minus 2 bolts. I do not remember how close those headers were to the valve covers. But you can see right there. So over here on this side, apparently I had to notch the valve cover to make it clear. So did that at some point. This line right here, we put this on here. It comes out of the fuel pump boss because without that, you lose oil pressure. So we learned that when we went to the aluminum block because there's no oil drain packs in the middle there. All the oil drain is in like 2 holes back here. And then when you have crankcase pressure with the engine running, it can't breathe. So yeah, so got our cam sync in. So this is in, obviously not set yet. We got the fuel pressure regulator over there. So it's ready. I've got to get a fitting to go here because the one that I had previously was actually, you know, we might could put it on the other side. Did we try it on both sides? Yeah, try to screw it on that side, see if it's upside down. It looks like it's got more room over there though. I could get a fitting as well. I mean, if it goes upside down there though, I mean, that's, I don't know, when we tighten that down, that might be okay like that. I mean, once we get their injectors. Actually, that'd probably be okay like that. No, I'll probably just get, I'll probably get some, I'll get an adapter for it so we can turn it at least up. So, made some progress. What else we got to do tonight? What else we got? Oh, I know what we got to do. Grab that oil filter housing. So this block has This block has outlets and an inlet back there. It does not have an oil filter, so we have this remote. So we got to figure out where we're going to mount this. I think last time I had it mounted up here somewhere. So let's get this mounted where we can easily take it off and change it. I think that's where I had it. It's like somewhere in this area. Okay, let's look. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap it up tonight. Got a long list of parts. Again. But yeah, we are getting closer, we think. We are getting closer. All right, guys, back over here at Brian's for day number 2 working on this thing. Brandon's over here. Brian's over here. Brian, we're trying to get the turbine housing off. You know why? What, look at that. That was, when I picked up the turbo, I was like, what's rattling? Valve seat. Valve seat was in the turbine housing. So, yeah, so we got to get it off, and it's currently stuck here. It has not been off in a long time. So this is, you like that texture? This is, I need to get actually I need to get a 140 housing. This is a 139 that we cut to fit. Okay, let's get it off. All righty then. So that is what I was afraid of. The pieces of steel there went through the turbo, and it has destroyed the turbine wheel here. Like, destroyed it. So this is going to need a new turbine wheel here. GT55. Wow. Okay, so this is Jose's GTR 102. So we're going to, I'll send him a message tomorrow and see how much it'll cost to get us a turb. I should. This thing's been literally sitting on the shelf for 3 years, and I just didn't ever even look in there because I just assumed it was fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. You can see it off shape. All right, boys, make some rev up noises. I was over here giving it some gas. These boys is in trouble. Okay, I did talk to Jose. Jose said they have those turbine wheels in stock, so we're going to get us another turbine wheel. We don't remember this thing sitting like this, but it clearly all bolts back together. I mean, so I just don't remember it being like that. So, yeah, but it bolts back together. So we made a lot of progress. Got the crossover pipe on. I do have wastegates. Remember, these are Black Sheep Industry wastegates. These are the ones that we have on my other car. But Randy had bought some to put on his, but he's going to keep his Precisions. So we're going to just, take his gates that he just got and put there. I am going to have to get 2 blow-off valves. So these are 60 millimeter JGSs. So I've already got these flanges, so I'll order me 2 60 millimeter JGSs, and then we'll have the blow-off valves. I might order just 1 and then just put a block-off plate on one side. I'd rather have 2 though, so we may put 2 on it. Fuel pressure regulator. I got my fittings for this, so this is where this is going to go on this side. So this is the fuel filter that we had on the old car. You remember this old big fuel filter?
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it's an old Peterson. I don't know what a micron is. I think it's like 100 micron, maybe a 40, but it's massive. So we'll take this, and basically I got to get a piece of fuel line, a little short piece to go here, and then, so yeah, I was thinking about just like going from here to here, but the fuel pressure regulator needs to be on this side since it is pushed forward over here on this side. On the other side, it's kind of in the way with the valve covers and stuff. So remember, we robbed a lot of parts off of this one to build our big block. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Yeah, that's going to be that's huge, ain't it? So that's a number 10 to a number 16. That's actually going to go into the bottom of the pump, though. But you see it's an O-ring fitting, Evil Energy. Now, let me show you how actually good this is, though. I mean, Evil Energy is, I've been ordering a lot of your stuff. That's what the pump is. It is something you need to look at. Look at how tapered that is. See how it's really, this is a number 16 and that's a number 10. And the reason I got that is because that's what the fitting is on the bottom of this pump. It's a number 10. So 10 O-ring to a number 16, so we're going to feed it all we can. Now, a lot of fittings, when you buy a fitting, it is just big, and then there's a step there, and it does not work properly because it's a step. So it's a funnel, it's slotted, angled, whatever you call it. It's like a funnel. So that is much nicer. So that's the Evil Energy. Got it off of Amazon. I've been getting all my fittings off of Amazon, and this is a regular number 10 to a regular number 10 ORB, and even the ORB one, see if we can focus on it. It's kind of hard to see, but it is radiused. The radius makes a difference in flow. So I'm very happy with that. So we'll stick that on the bottom of the pump. Get a game plan for our fuel lines. So now I think what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and jack this thing up. Go ahead and put our K-member spacers on it, and go ahead and change our struts. Go ahead and put our long travel front struts on. Man, we're getting closer, guys. That is good. I hate that my turbo's messed up. I mean, obviously it spins, and I should be able to change it myself. The turbos, the way Jose does his, I know a lot of companies doing the same way. They balance the turbine wheel and the compressor wheel independently of each other. So just in that case, I mean, I can take it apart. You know, ideally you'd send it to him, and I may still end up sending it to him to let him balance it all as a whole unit. But we should be good to do what we're doing here. It just sucks I forgot about it. Completely forgot about it. Now the front end, remember, we are gonna have to put the fenders on this. The front end, this goes all the way to the bumper. So this is really gonna be close on the light buckets. So hopefully the turbo is gonna work. I don't remember if we had the turbo turn sideways like this when we were in the Mustang, or if this was just in the Saturn. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. Gosh, I don't remember. I think it was turned sideways in the Mustang. So I mean, I guess we'll be fine. I guess we'll find out shortly in the next couple of days. We got the front end from Single Source Composites, Nathan. We already got it over here. So we'll just stick that thing on to make sure we do not have to move the turbo forward any. Lots of room, but it's gonna be right behind the headlight bucket there. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get working on the K-member spacers, and I do have also some more of these. These things are super old. They are old. These are some I got off of eBay back in the day, eBay or Amazon or something. Woo! Do you like that, Brandon?
I like those.
You like that?
The whole motor, I like that.
Yeah, purple and greenish, anodized, or I don't even know what that is. But look at how much thicker that is compared to that one. I mean, that's a half inch. That other piece of plate is probably 1/4 inch. So, you know, that is thicker. Now, oh, I see the difference though. Look, it is ground out in the bottom. Oh, we got us an illusion here.
I got the other ones. Just gotta go get them.
So, oh yeah, look, that's a 1/4 inch, and then this is a half inch, but they gouge it out. So really, on the inside right here is still 1/4 inch. Oh, okay. So I don't know if we're gonna put these on, or Brandon's got some. You said they're Racecraft ones.
Yeah, Racecraft high adjustable.
So we might put those on. We'll look at them and see. They're at his where his car is now. They're over at Uncle Mike's. So yeah, all right, let's get to work on it. Brandon just got back from Uncle Mike's a couple days ago, or today. Yeah. What in the world is this? So this is stock. How heavy is that? Not
20 some pounds.
20 some pounds. They're not super heavy. What are those bars hanging off the bottom?
That was some nice Racecraft stuff.
Racecraft stuff. Just cut it off.
Hey, Racecraft, sorry.
Yeah, and sorry, Jason. Wow, that actually looks pretty good though. He just cut it.
They don't mess around when they cut it.
Wow, they actually did a good job cutting it. What did they cut it with?
They said
like a jigsaw, sawzall?
Yeah, jigsaw or sawzall.
Wow, that cut pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow, look at those nice new bolts.
Yeah, that was some $5 bolts.
Right. Wow. Okay, so the reason Brandon decided to keep this
factory frame rail.
Yeah, that's the factory frame rail stuff. So I mean, you see, it's not super thick. I mean, but it weighs every pound counts. So obviously, tube chassis will be much lighter. It'll be a little lighter, but it'll be more sturdy.
Giant pockets.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
They said when they cut it out, Bondo was flying everywhere.
Well, I bet, because look, that's what they did. They made it pretty. They made it all pretty. So he's got the other pieces up there. Now this is the rest of the frame rail, some frame rail somewhere.
That's off the.
What is that off of? It's hard to kind of. Oh, that's closest to the.
It's full of dirt or something.
That's the part. That's the floor. This is the firewall.
Oh yeah.
So that's the part that was stubbed out. So this is where the firewall is. Where the firewall comes up, it kind of bends down. And, yeah. So he's got those. So all y'all people, we're gonna cheat. If y'all ever come up with a rule that say Brandon car is illegal, we've got the stuff to make it legal. I mean, it don't say it's got to be functional. It don't say it's got. Well, it depends on how y'all word the rules. It don't matter how y'all word the rules. And this is where Brandon was starting to cut it all off before drilling the pop welds. Wow. All right. Well, making some progress. Okay, guys, moving right along here. Got the wheels on it. Got it pushed into the shop here a little bit. We're about to do some front end work. So these are aerospace brakes. I want you to look. Do you notice anything? You see how crooked that is? That is so overheated. So we're gonna have to definitely buy a new rotor. So we got to get a new rotor. The aerospace brakes though themselves are, you know, obviously they're not TBMs, but they are pretty good. They've been around for a long time. So we're gonna reuse these, but I do need new rotors. So I gotta get new rotors. Brandon's fixing to take the struts off of it. We got TRS long travel struts for the front. These are just like on my other car. So my buddy, little Randy, he had these. So got these, they're identical to the ones I got. These have 100-pound springs on them instead of 75s. So we may end up having to swap the 100s for the 75s. I got 75s on my current car. Or we might have to buy some 75s, possibly. But we're gonna put the 100s on it now. 16 100s, look, that's what we had. 16 100s is what we had back in the day. So we're gonna go ahead and put the K-member spacers in it as well. Brand new. So we got these, and basically what they do is they bolt up in between the K-member and the frame. So what happens is when those are bolted on, basically it allows the front of the car to go up, but you can lower it and then get the arm down into the shock, essentially giving you more travel. So that's what we're working on now. So it's pretty easy. All you gotta do is take the K-member bolts loose, drop it down. The kit comes with bolts over there. It comes with bolts and spacers, everything you need. So hit up Jeff Thomas if you want some K-member spacers. They're pretty cool. Okay guys, so we got this mostly done. So basically you take the K-member loose. You ain't got the 4 bolts in each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And apparently I have misplaced some of the nuts and washers. So I've got to get more. But basically it's just longer bolts that goes through. So essentially, do you see what's happening here? When you take these and you bolt the K-member down, it raises the front of the car. That allows you to run the spring down further on the strut. And when you run the spring down further on the strut, that essentially gives you more travel. Because one of the problems, like if you have a normal strut like these over here, to get the ride height, you have a lot of shock, a lot of arms showing out of the strut. So that's why you're doing that. So now we're going to put the good struts on it real quick. Go ahead and put the new caster camber plates on it while we're here. And then we'll roll this thing back out. So I'll get all the bolts and stuff, the right ones. The nuts, I'll get all that stuff. We just took notes, so I'll get that stuff tomorrow at the hardware store, and then we'll be set. Well, what do you think, Brandon?
Yes.
Looking more like a race car.
It's looking pretty good. With new parts with some crust.
With some crusties.
Some crust.
So we got all these in. These adjust pretty easy. The way they do. Like I said, these TRS long travels. Got these on. We'll just put the right nuts on these. Get these for tomorrow, and then we'll put the washers and everything. We'll have to readjust all that. Got our spacer up there. All this is good. We did loosen these 3. The thing I like about these Vikings is this is adjustable. So just made these so it's more easily to adjust. So yeah, so now essentially the front end stuff is done. We did look at the rotors, like I showed you earlier, those aerospace rotors. Man, that thing is towed in terrible right now. It is like towed in bad. So obviously, I mean, you know, none of this is adjusted, of course. We can adjust it now. Let's see. We're going to adjust it by eye. Yeah, make that side long. Make it screw it out.
Screw it out?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
Yeah, go ahead a little bit more. So obviously bump steer we'll have to play. All right, there you go. That's close enough for right now. So that should roll better. So we got this, you know, obviously we just got pushed back as far as it'll go. Man, those are shiny. Dang! DNA for the win. I don't even know if they're still in business. We did also just take the calipers and we compressed those back in. They did compress pretty good. The brake pads are beat. Look at that. That one right there is, wow.
The materials are missing all of them.
Yeah, that is, look at that. It is angled. So I don't know why it's angled like that. So clearly, I mean, they all went in, so none of them are stuck. So we're going to get several cans of brake clean and a brush, and we're going to clean these up. Obviously, I need new pads, and we need new rotors. Those rotors did not stand a chance. I mean, I honestly, I don't remember them looking like that. But I know Nick didn't use them. So, I mean, you know, clearly that one is concaved as well, but not quite as bad. So yeah, so we made some good progress. So let's put the wheels back on it real fast. Stick the wheels on it, and then look, the wheels won't go on it right there because we put the long travel struts on. We're gonna have to jack it up higher. Isn't that funny? Because it is 100% won't go back on. So we'll stick the wheels back on it, and we'll jack it up, get the wheels back on it, and then see how we might have a gasser here, guys. It could be a gasser.
What car?
Yeah, that's right. It may look like Clint stuff. This is going to fit, I think, so a 5-inch pipe coming straight out there. It might have to angle up just a little bit because that is angled. I don't remember the turbo being angled like that, but clearly it was because everything fits. I mean, the cold side fits, the hot side fits. It all fits. So that means, that must mean that's the way it was.
It fits, it ships.
That's right. If it fits, it ships. So, yeah. So I think we're going to be in good shape. All right, hang on. Let's put the wheels on. The camber is like, wow. So what's going to happen with that is either longer control arms, or if we can get Uncle Mike, when he gets done messing with Brandon, if he can move this location, so where these are mounted here, drop that down like 2 inches, then that'll make that better. Now, of course, that will mess with our bump steer stuff, but that's okay. You know, we may end up having to take the bump steer and go, you know, on top of that. I've seen people have to do that before. So that's pushed all the way in as far as it can go. So, I mean, that's just, you know, the more it travels, the more it drops. But that's full droop right there. So let's set it down now. We lost our bump steer stuff a minute ago. That's why we had to jack it back up. We had forgot. See how it popped out? So now, like, it looks pretty good right there. But then, yeah. We got some work to do. The long travel stuff is kind of difficult. Look at that. Brandon, bounce it. I bet he can pick the front. I bet he can pick the front up if he wanted to. Look at that. Don't hurt yourself. It went full extension. That was full extension right there. And your back.
Yeah, my back went full extension too.
But look, so now, if we did not have the drop K-member thing on it, see, and that's still sticking out. But God, it looks like a 4-wheel drive. I mean, and we could drop it some because we could actually. How much the spring? We probably, well, you can see how far we run the spring up. I mean, we could probably get an 18-inch spring on this, couldn't we?
Probably.
We could get an 18-inch spring on it, and then and if we put an 18-inch spring on it, we could drop it a little bit. Wow, back hurting? Did you hurt your back picking it up?
No, I think it's all right.
Okay. And we might be able to lower it down a little bit in the front, but I mean, that right there though is, wow. Okay, that is so springy, like super springy. That is not going to have any problem transferring weight, and that's what, you know, doing what we're trying to do, no prep backside stuff. That's exactly what we need. Okay, guys. Well, we made a lot of progress today, I think.
I think it's getting late.
Yeah, it is getting late. It's like, I don't even know what time it is. Like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
It's 10.
10 o'clock. Okay. Well, we'll be home before tomorrow. So we got more punch lists. Every day, every time we come and every time I leave, we have more stuff to buy. I don't know if I'm digging that. Well, tetanus is coming along, baby. Let's go. All right. Appreciate it, Brandon.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Later, guys. See y'all.